Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my bedroom. And today I want to give you all my NFL Divisional Playoff Round picks. We'll start with the two Saturday games. We got the first game, the Chiefs taking on the Texans. This is a rematch of these teams that played a couple weeks ago where the Chiefs won. And I see the Chiefs winning again. But you might not want to trust my picks because I went 1-5 last weekend, so we have to do better. I have to do better, I must say. And I just do see the Chiefs winning this, though. They're the more poised team. Excuse me. They're the more poised team, and they barely go one and done in the playoffs. And they're facing a Texans team that, if the Chargers were just able to put up touchdowns in the red zone, they would have blew out the Texans, but that wasn't the case. The Texans defense did come to play, and if they do come out to play, they could win this game. But against Patrick Mahomes and company, it's not an easy task, especially when the Chiefs defense is very good. And C.J. Stroud on the Texans, he did struggle. He did not have a great game by any means. And I think the Chiefs defense is better than the Chargers defense. I think their offense is better than the Chargers offense. So for those reasons, I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this one 27-23. The next game is the Lions taking on the Commanders. Sneaky good game. We all know the Lions, the number 1 seed. Dominant as ever, 15-2 record. They're well rested. They're taking on a Commanders team coming into Detroit off a big win with a rookie quarterback. The one thing is Jaden Daniels does look really good. The Lions defense is really banged up. But I see the Lions winning this one because their path to victory is just running the ball. Feed Jahmyr Gibbs, feed David Montgomery. The Commanders have one of the worst run games in the defense. Their defense has the worst run games in the league. I don't see them being able to stop the two backs. It's just a mismatch in my opinion. But, this is why they play the game. I really hope the Commanders lose, being a Cowboys fan. I think it is going to be close and kind of high scoring. But in the end, I see the Vikings or the Lions walking away with a W. And I'm going to take them to win this one 35-28. On to the Sunday games. The Eagles take on the Rams. So these teams met earlier this season, and the Eagles just stomped the Rams. It could be different this time, and for the love of God, I hope it is, because I cannot tolerate seeing the Eagles and have their fans mouth off that they're in the NFC Championship game. Matt Stafford in the playoffs is different, but that defense has to be prepared against Saquon Barkley. He went for 300 all-purpose yards against the Rams last time, and they need a game plan to really shut down Saquon Barkley. If they can do that, make Jalen Hurts throw, get a couple turnovers, they can win. The tricky thing is this game's going to be in Philly. I heard it's supposed to be snowing there on Sunday. So we know the Rams are a West Coast team. We'll see if that travels. But if the Rams are able to stick to the run and not turn the ball over, I see them winning this game. So I'm going to pick the Rams to win this one 24-21. Should be close. It should be very fun to watch. But, anything can happen. We'll see. It's not a tough task taking on the Eagles. As much as I hate them, I have to acknowledge that they are a good team, and they have been beaten on teams this year. The final game is the game of what seems to be of the playoffs. It is going to be the Ravens versus the Bills. Now, this one is the most hyped match of the entire weekend. These two teams met earlier this season. The Ravens absolutely torched them, but this was in Baltimore. They're going to have to go on the road to Buffalo. But I think if the Ravens can just run the ball, not turn it over, and just keep feeding Henry. He had close to 300 yards against them in that first matchup, and that's going to be the key to their success, is to run the ball. Feed Derrick Henry. You bought him there for a reason. As for the Bills, they have to obviously not turn the ball over and feed James Cook. He's been having a hell of a year, had a hell of a first game in the postseason. Their defense, though, I don't think their defense is going to be able to stop that Ravens offense, especially stopping that freight train that I mentioned before in Derrick Henry. So for those reasons, I'm going to take the Ravens to win this one. I'm going to go 31-26. I expect it to be a very, very good game. So, yeah, that concludes my picks for the divisional round. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me below my Instagram, and take care. Enjoy some playoff football.